Good morning, everyone. Myself Sujit Pandey, Assistant Professor in Aeronautical Department in Parul University. Now our total today's subject is aircraft performance. Now we have to discuss on this subject. Our chapter is fifth. Chapter fifth is nothing but high lift systems. We are discussing about the high lift system. What are the high lift system we are using in the aircrafts, right? Okay. Now, what are the purpose of high lift devices? The to reduce takeoff and landing distance, reduction in stalling speed. Third is lift augmentations by increasing in camber and related aspects. Fourth is flaps, a hinge portion of leading of trailing edge of the wings. Low speed aircraft, trailing edge, and high speed aircraft leading in trailing edge both. Okay, right? Now, what is the trailing edge devices? The trailing edge devices are flaps. Flaps, there are different types of flaps. Plain flaps, second is split flaps, third is slotted flaps, fourth is double slotted Fowler flaps, fifth is Fowler flaps, sixth is jam flap, seventh is Junkers flaps, and eighth is blown flaps. The trailing edge flaps, first we have to discuss the plain flaps. The plain flaps, it is in simple construction and it is good increase in CL max and high drag, mainly used on low speed aircraft. Now in CL max and stalling angle, you can see the effective angle of attack increases with extension of trailing edge flaps. The effective angle of attack reduced angle of attack of basic sections, right? The camber will be increased and it will be effect on the CL value and stalling angle, right? Because the next second is the split flaps. The split flaps, the flaps forms part of the lower surface of the wing trailing edge, comma, the upper surface counters being unaffected when the flap is lowered. The split flaps gives about the same increase in lift as the plain flaps at low angle of attack, but gives slightly more at higher angles as the upper surface camber is not increased and so separation is delayed. The drag, however, is higher than for the plain flaps due to the increased depth of the wake. This is the second types of flaps. We can see in this flap only lower portion of the trailing edge will be deflected. There is some advantage of this on over plain flaps. Right? Now we have to go for next slide. Now, what is the third slot? Third slot is nothing but slotted and multiple slotted flaps. For slotted and multiple slotted flaps, we can see here trailing edge portions will be deflected, but it will be far extends. And the purpose of this slot is to direct higher pressure air from the lower surface over the flaps and re-energize the boundary layer. This delay the separation of the airflow on the upper surface of the flap. The slotted flaps gives a bigger increase in CL max than the plain flaps or split flaps and much less drag, but has a more complex construction. Now fourth is the Fowler flaps. In Fowler flaps, we can see the extensions of the trailing edge portion, lower portion of the trailing edge. The triple slotted flaps, we can see the triple portion, three portions on the lower portion of the trailing edge, extended far away from the airfoils, right? Or from the wings. Now the Fowler flaps continue. Because of the combined effect of increase in camber and surface area, the Fowler flaps give the greatest increase in lift. It gives least drag because of the slots and reduction in thickness. Chord ratio. However, the change in pitching moment is greatest. Guesses why? Could it be the rewarded extension of the chord? Yes. Why? The change in pitching moment is greatest because could be it will rewarded extension of the chord. Means chord will be extended, camber it will be increased, and that's why CL value it will be increased, or as well as the stalling angle of attack will be decreased. There are the advantage of the follower flaps. Now in the figure, in a graph, you can see the comparisons of trailing edge flaps. CL versus alpha. CL represents an y-axis and alpha angle of attack represents on the x-axis. We can see the red is the basic section, then plain flap, split flaps, slotted flaps, then follower flaps. Then follower flaps have greatest CL and minimum, maximum CL max and minimum alpha stall. Follower flap it will be give maximum lift coefficient and minimum stalling angle, and the corresponding zero lift angle of attack it will be higher. Okay, right? This is a feature about this graph. And the highest stalling angle for basic section is okay, but plain flaps highest stalling angle and minimum CL max, minimum, everything is minimum, right? Then follower flaps have more advantage over than all these types of flaps compared to others. Now next thing is the increase in drag, CL versus CD graph. CL represents on y-axis, CD is on x-axis. Now we can say the basic section, plain flap, split flap, slotted flap and follower flaps. Here also we can see CL is okay, CL is maximum for follower flap. What about the drag? Drag is minimum for follower flaps, and split flaps had maximum value of drag coefficient, increase in drag. And after sometimes it will see drag will be increased if lift will be increasing continuously. In follower flaps, what is the disadvantage? Simultaneously increasing in drag also if you increase in CL max. Okay, there is some limitation of the follower flap. Now for the lift to drag ratio, it is nothing but the aerodynamic efficiency. Lift to drag ratio is what? Aerodynamic efficiency, and it represents in CL by CD, or we can say L by D ratio also. We can see in the difference between these two ratio. Here L by D ratio and here L by D ratio. You can see, absorb that. Okay, now we can go for the next slide. Yes, next is, yes, next our point is what is the pitching moment, center of the pitching moment, the center of pressure moment. Means what? Flap extensions will cause the center of pressure to move aft, thus pitching the aircraft nose down. Flaps retraction will move the center of pressure forward, thus pitching the aircraft nose down. The change of downwards is nothing but a tail plane effective angle of attack is determined by the downwards of the wing. Lowering flaps increase downwards, thus decreasing tail plane angle of attack. This has a nose of pitching moment. Overall effect will be determined from the dominant effect from the above mentions. This is stated in the next figure, right? What is the center of pressure? CP is nothing but center of pressure. All aerodynamic force are acting on the center of pressure, and pitching moment about center of pressure is 0, because what is the moment? Moment is the force into perpendicular distance, and distance is 0 because all the force are acting on the center of the pressure. Then distance 0, then pitching moment will be 0. CMCG about center of pressure is equal to 0. Pitching moment CM is equal to 0. Okay, now we can go for the next slide. Now in the figure we can see here for a wing and for a tail plane. For wing, CP and down was lift, and for next nose down pitching moment, then CP will be out of the center of pressure, means it will be extended, right? Then nose down pitching moment, we can see the pressure distribution over the wing after nose down, and previous is the simple. And the in tail plane, downwards it will be increased downwards. Why? Because the nose of pitching moment. Here nose of the pitching moment. Okay, we can see in this figure for a wing and for a tail planes. Right now, for overall attitude, when lowering the flaps, means what? When the flaps are lowered, the lift force increases as the value of CL increases. So when the flaps are lowered, the aeroplane starts to climb. To arrest this, the value of CL has to be lowered by decreasing the angle of attack, which is done by lowering the nose down. Okay, we can see in a figure also here. Rafale is the down retractions of the trailing edge of the flaps downward, then flow over this airfoil is going smooth. Okay, now we can go for the next slide. Now you can see here the leading edge high lift devices. There are two types of leading edge devices. First, what is the high lift devices? What high lift devices have two types. First is the leading edge devices, second is the trailing edge devices. But leading edge high lift devices have two types: leading edge flaps and leading edge slats and slots. Understood? High lift devices have two types: leading edge devices and trailing edge devices. In leading edge devices again we have two types: leading edge flaps and leading edge slats and slot. And trailing edge devices have flaps and have lot of types. Now one by one we have to go from this. Okay, now we have to focus on the first, the variable camber leading edge flaps. The variable camber leading edge flap, in first figure extended and second figure is the retracted. The first figure they give better efficiency than cruisers flaps by giving better leading edge profile. They give better efficiency than cruiser flaps by giving better leading edge profile. Thus, to promote root stall first, cruiser flaps are used inboard and variables camber flaps are used outboard. Right? These are the features about the variable camber leading edge flaps. In first figure extended and one second is the retracted. Okay, all these things are we are using for the high lift devices, means for lift increasing high lift devices, right? The effect of leading edge flaps on lift. Here in the next slide we can see the effect of slat slot on the lift. In a figure we can see the CL versus angle of attack. In this figure we can see the CL max for a wing and CL max for a wing plus slats. Which one is greater? CL max for wing plus slats, it will be greater compared to only wing. And with no slot we can see the pressure distribution, with slat we can see the pressure distribution. Which value have higher than with slat? Pressure distribution will be higher than CL value will be high, because lift will be depend on pressure distribution or difference between the pressure on upper surface and lower surface. This is the effect of slat slot on the lift. Okay, understood? Now we can go for the next. Now, what are the automatic slats? On some aircrafts has slots are not controlled by the pilot but operates automatically. Their movement is caused by the changes of pressure which occurs around the leading edge as the angle of attack increases. At low angle of attack, the high pressure around the stagnation points keep the slats in the closest position. And high angle of attack, the stagnation point has moved underneath the leading edge and the suction pressure occurs on the upper surface of the slats. This pressure causes the slats to move forward and create the slots. What are the disadvantages of slats and slot? Everywhere there is some advantage and some disadvantage of each and every way, right? Now, what are the disadvantages of the slat and slot? The much higher angle of attack is required to benefit from the increased CL max by the use of slats and slots, right? Now, visibility could hamper by increased nose of pitch and leading would not be difficult. The next is the drag and pitching moment. The compared to trailing edge devices, the drag and pitching moment is small. Right? Compared to the trailing edge devices, the drag and pitching moment is small. Right? Okay. Now we can go for the next. Now we can say the overall the trailing edge plus leading edge devices means high lift devices is the summation of trailing edge devices plus leading edge devices. Now we combine both devices. The most large aircraft employ both. Now you can see the basic section and basic section with slots, and in next graph trailing edge flaps plus slots, without slot, with slot, without slot, with slot in both basic section as well as the trailing edge flaps. Now we can see the CL value is increasing. If you are using basic section only, then we can see if you are only trailing edge flap, then we can see the CL value will be increased without slots, right? If you are using slots, then basic section it will be improved and it will be using in the trailing edge, then again trailing edge lift coefficient it will increase, flaps plus slots. Now then we can see the trailing edge flaps without slot and with slot, then highest value of the. Now we can see one more thing we can see here, the basic section plus slot is equal to the trail without slot in trailing edge flaps, means only trailing edge flaps without slot is equal CL value to basic section with slot, means basic section plus slot is equal to trailing edge only. If trailing edge we have to add more again slot, then it will be again increasing, then CL value it will be increased as well as the stalling angle of attack will be decreasing, and zero lift angle of attack it will be also increased. Or we can say here in negative side, in negative axis the angle of attack there is nothing but zero lift angle, or at zero angle of attack it will be some values of lift also. We can't say angle of attack is 0, lift will be 0. If angle of attack will be 0 but CL is does not equal to 0, it has some values. Okay, I think you can understood this. Can I go for next? Okay, we are going for the next. Now what is the sequence of operation? What is the sequence of operation? First is the sequence of operation is critical. The lowering the trailing edge flaps increases both upwash and downwash. At high angle of attack, especially for larger aircraft, the increased upwash could stall the aeroplanes. Leading edge devices therefore be deployed before the trailing edge flaps is lowered to take advantage of the ability of the leading edge flaps to increase the angle of attack for CL max. When the flaps are retracted, the trailing edge flaps should be retracted first. Right? These are the sequence of the operation for leading edge and trailing edge flaps. we can say high lift devices, sequence of the operation. Right? Now we can go for the next. Now, what are the asymmetric of high lift devices? Asymmetric. The deployment of high lift devices can cause large change in lift force. Asymmetric of deployment could cause several control problems. Rudder might help in roll stability to some extent. Thus, in modern aircrafts, the deflection of two slides is compared, and if it is asymmetrical, flaps movement will be prevented by automated system. This is the feature about the asymmetric of high lift devices. Now comes for the flaps load relief system. Flaps load relief system. On large aircraft, flaps are prevented to be deployed beyond certain high speed VFE to prevent damage to the flaps. Okay, a flap load relief systems will sense the flaps load and prevent the flaps deployment if the flaps selection is made but the speed is too high. The flaps would extend it as soon as the speed drops below VFE. VFE is what? Velocity at flap relief, flap load relief system, right? Okay, now we can go for the next. Now we can see here the choice of flaps setting for takeoff, climb and landing. Now for takeoff, the lowest takeoff speed will be possible at larger flap deflection, but this gives large increase in drag as well, which will make acceleration to takeoff speed difficult. So a compromise is made and a lower flap setting is selected. Now for a climb, the climb gradient is reduced by flaps. So if climb gradient is limited, a lesser flap angle could be used to compensate, but the takeoff distance required will increase. Now third is landing. Landing distance will depend on touchdown speed and deceleration. The lowest touchdown speed will be given by the highest CLmax obtained by a large flap deflection. The large flap deflection will also give good drag, which helps in deceleration, right? Leading edge devices are also used to obtain high CLmax, means high lift coefficient, maximum lift coefficient, illustrated in the next figure. So these are the choice of the flap setting for takeoff, climb and landing. For takeoff is different, for climbing is different, and for landing is also different. For three conditions we have to setting the flaps. Now we can go for the next. Now in this slide we can see the CL versus angle of attack graph, flaps of, I think it is over. Okay, now what is the summary? What is the summary of this chapter? The summary is nothing but the high lift devices are used to lower the landing and takeoff speed. How it can be possible? Because landing and takeoff speed lower the landing and takeoff speed if you are using high lift devices, because takeoff distance is inversely proportional to CLmax, and CLmax is inversely proportional to velocity. There are two types of high lift devices. We know that trailing edge devices and leading edge devices, right? Now the word trailing edge flaps, there are plain flaps, slotted flaps, split flaps, follower flaps. Now for leading edge, we can see the cruisers, variable cambers. They are the types of the leading edge flaps. Now the leading edge flaps are deployed before then the trailing edge and retracted later than the trailing edge flaps. It can be said the leading edge flaps are deployed before the trailing edge. Means first we have to extended the leading edge flaps, then retracted later than the trailing edge flaps. Now the proper management of high lift devices is important. The proper management of high lift devices is important. Why? Because we know that if high lift devices we are using for the lift, it will be need for the increase the lift, right? It will be required for the increasing the lift. Then it will be increase the lift. Then continuously simultaneously drag is also increasing if you are using the high lift devices. Then we have to proper management of high lift devices is important. When we have to need to leading edge flaps is extended. When we have to need to trailing edge flap is extended, we have to proper management of this device. Okay. Now this is the last slide of this unit, high lift devices. I hope you everyone enjoying this lecture, this unit, high lift devices. This is the last unit of this aircraft performance syllabus. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you. Have a nice day.